I just left the ring in 8:15.
Well, I just did an 8:02.
Bro, that's nothing. I just went underage.
Hashtag underage.
7:48, bro.
B-Tech all the way.
I am the new emperor.
Peugeot 205 GDI, MK1 Golfs GDI. These are the cars that created the term hot hatchback. These cars weren't built for the track, they were simpler than that. The biggest engine from inside the company that would fit under the hood. Same thing for the brakes. And maybe throw in some thicker anti-roll bars as well. The recipe for fun, ladies and gentlemen.
Fast forward 25 years and all of a sudden the fun became a secondary objective, while the primary goal was to beat the other manufacturers to the Devil's Diner, the Nürburgring Track Cafe. Thanks to channels like Auto Addiction or Misha Sharudin, Nürburgring lap times were becoming a thing. Well, when I say a thing, it's not just a thing, it's a multi-million-dollar business. Well, not even a multi-million-dollar business, it's actually a war.
First, the German-Spanish alliance fought the French. Then the Anglo-Japanese alliance fought back, and so it continued.
Then out of the blue came the South Koreans with a plan to hire one of the greatest German warlords to beat them at their own game. The man behind many BMW M cars, most notably the legendary i30 M3, a man called Albert Biermann.
And once the Koreans had Albert's signature on the contract, they gave him his royal Fiat. No! Not that Fiat, this Fiat.
And so they built their war base right next to the enemy headquarters and got out their Korean hammer.
And this is what they came up with.
Here in Europe, it's called the i30 N. And this fall it'll even be available in the United States, wearing a different kind of sports jacket and the name Veloster N.
And take a guess what the letter N stands for.
Well, it's a certain place in Germany with the word ring on the end of it. But never mind the name, just listen to this. No, it's not a popcorn machine that's stuck inside the muffler. It's just the exhaust of my Hyundai.
You see, the German rivals at the moment are going to extreme measures for a silent exhaust to be more audible to the driver. Playing the sound through speakers, plastic induction noise vibrators. Meanwhile, the Koreans are giving us what we actually want. A set of loud-ass exhaust pipes. That doesn't take too long. And the brakes make my snot fly into the front windshield.
Hold on just a second. It's a Hyundai. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that the only thing we knew about Hyundais in Finland was their brief history in rallying with Juha Kankkunen at the wheel.
Me and Jerry, we consider ourselves car guys who can store up to hundreds of millions of letter number combinations and model names up here. But let's play a game, shall we?
Sure.
Whoever is the first to name a Hyundai model from 20 years ago gets to do the handling test first.
Alright, sounds like a fair deal.
There was the Hyundai...
Coupe? A coupe?
No, what? Was it the model name Coupe or was it just the body style?
I think it was the Genesis. Hand
man.
Hand me the keys.
Genesis Coupe. I just can't believe that you remembered the Genesis Coupe before I did.
Well, the thing is, the Genesis Coupe can't do this.
You know, these back roads, this thing definitely eats corners like I eat breakfast.
Yeah, definitely something else than 15 years ago. Even in high-speed cornering, the mechanical grip is something else. But to unlock its full handling potential, you definitely need a track.
What do you say? Should we go and check if the Ruuhimäki gates are open to the circuit?
Definitely.
But wait, shouldn't we do like a proper road test bit first?
Yeah, well, glove box check, AC check, radio check. What about the trunk?
Well, it's quite hard to tell from here, but I think the trunk is in order. Let's go to the track.
All right.
Track, the Hyundai really came alive. We've seen clever front suspensions in hot hatches before, but this takes it to another level.
And while the mechanics are playing like the symphony orchestra of grip, the electronics are the ones actually conducting it.
The electronic locking diff really helps me out from this tight corners.
Yeah, it's actually a part of the performance package that comes with the nice exhaust, better seats and better everything. It only costs like €2.
Yeah, you would be a total idiot not to get the performance package in this car.
So I'm wondering, is there something that you don't like about this car?
Well, maybe it would be nice to have a little bit of Alcantara on the steering wheel, but it's less than 40k, so not really.
Yeah, I think we can both agree on the fact that the i30N is something that we're going to remember in 10 or 20 years from now.
Yeah. I didn't remember the Genesis Coupe, but I promise I will remember i30N, that's for sure.
So the Hyundai Motor Group's recent efforts are pretty serious, even by car guy standards. But there is still one problem. And the problem is the image. Now bear with me. I do think this car looks good, and so do many others. But as we just demonstrated with our non-existent knowledge about Hyundais, it's mostly just seen as a car with a 7-year warranty.
And the thing about 7-year warranty is that it's all well and good, but it's not going to attract you a mate or win you new friends in a party in a conversation with non-car guys.
But we wholeheartedly believe that if you're truly a car guy, you won't even mind. What we mean is this. The Mazda MX-5 Miata is generally accepted by car guys to be an awesome car guy car. But trying to explain its greatness, even though it had like 150 horsepower to a non-car guy, it's like beating your head against a rock.
Eventually, you'll end up unconscious lying on the ground, while the rock, it stays perfectly intact.
And I know something way more fun than lying unconscious on the ground, and that's driving the i30N. And all the things, pricing, reliability, fun, driving dynamics, warranty considered, is this actually one of the best cars that's available at the moment? Not the best car of this sort, but the best car, period. For this cheap, the only thing that comes close is an MX-5, or maybe the new RS Megane. We haven't driven the RS Megane yet.
Enough in land, we're available.
The Andy MX-5 we're already familiar with, and it's awesome. But what if your passenger has legs, for instance, or you need to carry more stuff than 2 pornographic DVDs? Sure, the Leon 300 Cupra will carry more, but the Yanks don't have the Cupra, and the Golf R is basically just a Cupra with a bigger price tag. And with the price difference of a Golf R and the Hyundai N, you can buy all the porn in the world and still have enough left to buy a set of semi-slicks and some petrol.
And it doesn't get much more fun than this.
Kia, which is part of the Hyundai Motor Company, has the new highly acclaimed Stinger. Hyundai has the i30N/Veloster N.
Thierry Neuville is driving the Hyundai World Rally Championship car.
And Jari Huttunen is driving the factory WRC2 car.
Hyundai has it going on.
And the i30N, maybe the gear stick could be a bit closer to the steering wheel, or maybe the wheel itself should have a bit of Alcantara on it. But this is just nitpicking, because all in all, this Hyundai is one of the best cars we've ever driven.
wouldn't have believed you 10 years ago.